Oh, the people of the book, how will you belie the signs of God while you bear witness yourselves? These are the words from the Veda. So, the people of the book, who are the people of the book? Is the wisdom which is given by the God to every person of the universe. From that, who realizes, who believes the truth that the wisdom is given from the God alone, abiding by it, and also following in their life applications for every need, depending on the God, and they will not follow the fakeness and the evil. So the goodness is from mind, what we follow, that will develop in our life as an external. There are two things in the human being. One is internal and external. The internal is mind, where we receive the thoughts from the soul. Through the intuition, we get the guidance from the God and from the knowledge what we already registered in the mind. The both are guiding us, which we are going to follow. The people of the book will follow the righteous, the intuition, which is from the God, which shows the path to the heaven. That is the peaceful life. This is the life where the God is given to the human being. He not disturbing the peace until we commit mistakes. While we committing mistakes, it transformed into sins. The repeated mistakes are the sin which I am equating to the God, which is not the God. I am taking alike of the Godness. When I am taking the God as the other things, which is apart from the originality, I am considering the fake one, which is considered as a sin in my life. Internally, it will give me so much complications towards my life. The peaceful will be distracted. These sins will be converted into punishments. The punishment will be the poverty and the diseases. So every disease and the poverty begins from the mind. If we lose our intuition guidance, if we are rejecting the guidance from the intuition, definitely we are going towards the hell path, which is the disbelieving the guidance. Because of the rejectance, who gave you authority to change the truth from the actual? The people using their authority, using their money power, using their manpower, they are converting the truth into fakeness. The truth is, which is truth to everyone, for the entire humanity, the truth is one. But while we are changing the originality of the truth, then how comes it will become a divine living life? Divine living is following the originality. What it is, as it is, I am following it, the truth, not changing or committing to change, to divert the people, to form an organization, to form a group. to convert to some religious path. So this is not the way how the God is shown us. But who misguiding the people, who dividing the people, and the people who follows the dividers, the leaders of the partitions, for them also the God is giving his test and punishment for them who are following the fake, which is not the original. There are, in everything there is two. The one is the originality, the other is duplicate. You know that. So which one? How will you find out which is right and which is wrong? Which is good and which is evil? How will you find it? The conscience, the inner word from the God, the peace. We are having the five senses: what we see, what we hear, what we taste, what we touch, what we smell. Through these senses we are receiving the knowledge, but from that senses, the five senses, we should have the wisdom of the God to know the truth and the falsehood. Between these two, to differentiate the things, I need a wisdom of the God. That wisdom is from the intuition. The one and only intuition going to guide me towards the life, and this guidance will help me to live the life with peace and calmness. Every human being have a problem in their life, difficult, hard times, definitely they will face. But when we are facing the hard times, they should realize that these difficulties because of me, and also there are tests to the people of the book. So while the God giving test to the people of the book, while we receiving the test whether we are following the true path or the evil path, that is whether we are following the God's message or the evilness. Evilness is nothing but following the human being, that's all, which is apart from my intuition, which is out of my intuition. These are considered as a evil path. That is the emotions, the joy, the pride, the jealous, the anger, anxiety, the grief, the sad. This all falls under the evil mind. The peace is the only feel which is from the God. Against the peace, this every negative emotions will damage my internal organs. It will damage my internal and both external. If once the internal gets disease, automatically it will spread to the external. So the mind disease will damage my internal parts. So the internal organs which is giving energy to my external organ, that also that will be get affected. My life vein from the mind source, from the peace, the life vein is working so peacefully. Instead of that, if my peace is I lost my peace, if the peace is disturbed, definitely the lives are got disturbed, and also we fall into sick. So before that, the God is saying, what you did the before, I am forgiving. Seek forgiveness. Before, the situation becomes worst and so severe, turn to me before the time arrives. Before the day comes, and the day will come when the God's turn, you can't turn to Him, but you have to enjoy His punishment, the hell. So the turning to the God is, I am following the intuition. If not, the day will come, there you have to answer to Him. You have to be answered. There is no choice in it. There is no excuses on that day. Please believe on that. If not, we will fall. If you are not believing in that day, then the God is watching you, what you did in your past, in the present, and also in the future. He will not make us to die because of our sins, but He will live as it is in the final day. A human being, approximately the lifespan is 100 years in this earth, in this worldly life. If the God decided a person to live up to 80 years, for example, if you are realizing before the death arrives, the God is forgiving you. Not at the last moment, before that. Whether I am now living 30 years now, I have to still live 50 years, but now I am realizing He is forgiving. But who realized and also rejecting, they know this is the truth and also rejecting. For them, you watch what's going to happen. The God says. So for them, the word from the book. O people of the book, how will you belie the signs of God while you bear witness yourself? We know there is a hell and heaven life. The part of hell and heaven we are living here. A part of life. The peaceful is from the taste of the heaven, and the difficulties, hard times, and all our complications, my severe injuries to the mind because of it is the taste of hell. So these two, the peace and apart from the peace, these two are the understanding ability to know how the God is making us to live, how He is guiding us. This shows that there is hell and heaven for the future. After death, there is a life. So that life is sure. Now turn to Him before that. Are you going to turn or are you going to reject it? It's according to you. That is the people of the book. It's according to you. He is not going to compel, but you have the opportunity to turn to Him. Your choice He given. But for whom the God is not allowing His wisdom, for them it stopped. For only the person who is selected by the God, for them only the God is giving His wisdom, His mercy upon them only, be peace upon them. Only to the person who following the intuition. That is the truth. They may commit mistake, but seeking forgiveness is most important. Not seeking person through a mediator like another person. Every human being committing sins and mistakes in this worldly life. But now, individually, alone, we have to turn to the God. That is realization. That is the essence of forgiveness. While I am realizing my mistakes, that is the true seeking us towards God. Not that simply by the words, forgive me, oh Lord, oh God. Not like that. Yeah, I am committing mistake, I am committing sin, forgive. That mind should disturb you for your mistake. That's most important. That I have to feel from the bottom of my heart. So seek forgiveness. Seeking forgiveness to the God leads to the peaceful life and the needs for our life towards the entire life. He will provide us. He is the provider. He is our life giver. Shall we all? The people of the book, from the people of the book who are believing, the believers, as a believers, shall we turn to the God?